everyone, my name is Mehek. I hope you guys are fine, you all are safe, and like always, I also hope that you guys are reading. Back with another book that I finished. For your information, I think I'm on a series of reading not so great books because my last book was also not that interesting, and my this book was also not great. But like always, I'm going to share the review because I always say that not two readers are alike. I'm going to like something and you're not, and it's vice versa. So let's just get on with the book review. The book that I finished reading is Where My Feet Fall. It's by Duncan Minshull. That's how it looks. It's a paperback. Now the book is a collection of 20 short essays by 20 different writers. So what the author did was, basically this book is written during the pandemic. So he kind of contacted different authors, 20 different writers and authors, and he asked them to do, either of the two things. Either, they could embark on a new journey, or either they could, share the delight or challenges that they faced on a particular walk that they took, so kind of recollect a walk that they took in their life, or they could, go on a new walk and share that experiences. So this book basically captures the delight and challenges of, these authors that they experienced during this one particular walk in their life. Just for your information as well, the author Duncan Minshull, he's also known for his lot of writings on walking, and he has written various books or articles on the art of walking, etc., for various publications. Now I'll just quickly share some of the essays that, in brief. Like I have the list here just in case because there's like 20 different authors. So for example, the book begins with this essay which talks about this writer, Richard Ford. For him, basically walking is a pain in the ass and he hates it, but he believes that it's good for him, so he does it. And then there are also writers, after Richard Ford, you read, who are actually walking for 50 miles and 70 miles, and they're considering these pilgrimages and protest march. And during these 50 and 70 miles that they're covering by walking, they kind of discover the art of mindfulness, on the way. Then interesting one essay that I came across was by author Keshav Guha, who shares his experience of this one particular walk. So he basically thinks that India isn't a place for walking, which I would agree, especially if you're living in a crowded metropolitan city. There's not really a lot of place to walk. And very interesting fact that he points out in this essay is how Mumbai and Delhi is different, and being a Mumbaiker, and you all know there's always this debate like which city is better. So I was kind of rejoicing hearing this thing. So I mean, yeah, let's not generalize, but I think I would agree to a part of it. So he says that when you're walking in Mumbai, he compares it to Venice, and because it's a cosmopolitan city, when you're walking you hear more than one language, whereas in Delhi, he's like, it's just one language that you hear. They all need to know just Hindi, but in Mumbai there are so many languages that you would end up hearing by the end of your walk, which I think I would agree to part of it. And he further goes on in this essay, where he shares this one particular walk that he took in 2020 pandemic, where he was pacing around Delhi and he was interrupted by this husky dog. And now that he looks back to it, he's like, probably that husky was the only person I hugged in 2020, when it was just not allowed to hug anyone. The next author, is author Agnes Poirier. She is an author in Paris. So she basically travels to cemeteries, in Paris. So basically she likes to time travel, in short, going to places and time traveling mentally. So because she feels that Paris is so crowded, and just to escape that claustrophobic feeling, she goes to these cemeteries where she finds solitude. So that's her reason. Then again, one more interesting essay that I liked. I think there were only 2-3 essays that I liked, so this was one of them. This was author Kamila Shamsie. So she's originally from Karachi, but right now she's in London. So this essay was set in Karachi, so she's back home and she's going on this walk where she's taking this walk with her family and friends, and she's going from her, childhood home to sea. And during that walk, she paints this really nice sketch of the Karachi city, and she shares how, it's so crowded and it's just not people, I think more than the people, it's, crowded by the street dogs and few other things, that she shares with us. It's a nice sketch that she paints of the Karachi city, which was interesting to read. And lastly, the book ends with this this essay which is on dog walks. So for author Patrick Gale, now he goes on these dog walks because those are the moments wherein he escapes the domestic life, and these are also the moments where he's kind of revisiting what he's written, and he kind of edits it and revisits it in his mind, and then goes back home and works on them. So yeah, these are some of the essays the only essays that kind of registered with me, or I kind of liked it. So yeah, like I said, with an exception of one or two essays, I didn't really like the book. I mean, it didn't really hold my interest. I think it had to do with the writing style of the author. Personally, I didn't connect with it. But yes, because I love walking, I enjoy walking so much, and I believe that every chance I like, especially when I'm traveling, I love to walk. And so I agreed with quite a few sentiments that the author shared in the book, or the different writers shared in the book about walking. So there's one particular quote wherein this author says that while driving allows you to glance, it's walking that allows you to look. And there is this another thing, that if you want to really get the vibe of the city, or roam around the city, it's by walking. It's because when you're walking, you observe, you look at things, and you see people, you meet people, and you see so many things. So the right way to do the city is, the author says, I think, yeah, either through the upper deck of the bus or through walking. That's the only way that you can enjoy the city, going around the city. So yeah, that's all on this book. Hopefully my next read is fabulous, interesting, and I really enjoy it. But I do hope that you are reading some interesting books, and if you are, like always I say, please share in the comments, and I'm going to see you guys next week with another title. Till then, take care, bye bye.